Hey guys, how's it going? We're gonna do another Q&A video today, but I thought I'd do something a little more fun this time. Instead of having you guys tweet me the questions in text form, I had you tweet me a video of you asking the question with the hashtag AskDanny so that I can put a couple of you guys in the vlog. I thought it'd be a fun little change of pace. Anyway, here we go.
Hey Danny, what's going on? Wes from What the Vloggity here. My question is, what's the craziest thing a fan has done to meet you or has done to you? I know you got some crazy stories.
That's a good question, Wes, but I think the all-time running first place for the craziest thing a fan has done to meet us was laying in front of our tour bus right before we were about to pull away from the venue. We had already gone out and signed after the show for everybody, but this girl came late and had to get a signature. We were all in our pajamas, the bus driver was ready to pull away, and she laid down in front of the tires to where essentially the driver would have to kill her if he wanted to move. Pure insanity. In her defense, it worked, but we resented her a little bit, and now we remember her in a very negative way, so I wouldn't recommend doing that for any band.
Hi Danny, what's your favourite We The Kings song to play live?
I love that accent. My favorite We The Kings song to play live, it's always going to be torn between Check Yes Juliet and the newest song that we play, both for the same reasons. Check Yes Juliet is incredibly exciting because of how responsive the crowd is. It's just that song, it has that energy, it has that power. So it's the last song of the set, we're all kind of tired, we're like on our way out of the stage, but we get this rush of energy and adrenaline from the crowd that's just contagious, and it's a very fun song. But on the opposite side, we'll play a new song, and I'm always excited to see the crowd kind of take it in for the first time. It's exciting for me because the song is new. I'm not saying like we're tired of playing Check Yes by any means, obviously, but when you play a new song, you get that feeling again of kind of jamming together as a band, and you know, it's a very fun experience. So I would say it's a tie between the newest song that we play, which we'll be playing in Australia, New Zealand, and the spring tour, and Check Yes Juliet. So, good question.
Hey Danny, what's Kickin' Chickens? My question is, what is your favorite book and why?
Good question. I would say my favorite book is, this is an answer that nobody's going to really expect, but the entire Goosebumps series, because that got me into reading. When we were kids, Mark and I used to ride the bus a lot, and I would always read a Goosebumps book on the bus to or from school, and I must have read almost, I'd say like 75% of them. It's a very fun way to get into reading, and I don't think I would have done that with any other book series. I would just say the entire Goosebumps series, not because they're hard and complex, but because I respect them for getting me into reading.
Hey Danny, I was wondering if you're ever going to restart your podcast. I miss it a lot. It used to be a part of my daily routine, and you should get back on that and have snacks do it with you. Love from Germany.
I love that. Wie geht's? Ich liebe dich. Those of you from Germany. But as far as the question about the podcast is a great time. I do love doing it, even though it's been a while. It's just very time consuming. It's another thing on my plate. That doesn't mean I'm not going to do it. It's just that right now I'm very all in on the vlogs. As most of you have noticed, I've been putting in a lot more effort, a lot more editing, a lot more kind of camera angles, essentially adding a better way to tell my daily story. And I don't know if you know this, but that changes me editing for like 45 minutes to an hour a day. It's crazy how much more time it takes editing to make a better vlog, which is exciting. I really, really love it, and it's something that I don't see myself slowing down with. But with that comes less time to do other things, like the podcast, if you will. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not gonna do it again. I just need to figure out a way to better manage all of my time to be able to fit in all these activities. I will say this, I don't want to give any empty promises, but I have been thinking about doing it once a week as like a kind of a Sunday night thing to start the week off, and just start there and see how we do it. And of course, if I were to do it, I couldn't think of a better co-host than Snacks. So I will say that, no guarantees on when that'll start. I'm really into making the vlogs better. It's something that's just really on my mind right now.
Hi Danny, we are just wondering what you're looking to forward to most about coming to Australia next month. I'll see you in Perth. Bye!
That is hard to answer because there are so many things that I do love about Australia, but I will say the weather. It's starting to get pretty cold here in Florida, and I understand that the seasons are kind of opposite on opposite ends of the world. It's science. I'm really looking forward to the weather in Australia. I love the heat. I'm a Florida boy. If it's 100 degrees, doesn't bother me at all. I'm looking forward to it. I love the people, love the food, love the whole atmosphere, love Australia. I'm just pretty much looking forward to the trip in general. Great question, cute dog. Okay, so this next one, I believe, is a riddle.
There are 30 cows in a field and 28 chickens. How many didn't?
I think you're gonna be bummed because I've heard this riddle before and it's a good one. If you didn't hear it, it's there are 30 cows in a field and 28 chickens. How many didn't? At first listen, you think that's not a complete question, there's not enough information there. But if you listen carefully, there are 30 cows in a field, 28 chickens. 20 of them, 8 chickens. So 10 of them didn't. It's a pretty good riddle. Your words playing tricks with your brain there.
If you had to invent an emoji, what emoji would you invent? See you at the From Here to Mars tour show in Atlanta. Bye.
If I had to invent an emoji, that's a very simple answer. There is no drum emoji. I have no idea why. There's like 30 dragons and 4,000 buses and trains, and there's no drums. Very simply, there would be a drum emoji. Even if it's just a drum stick, I don't care. Something. Hi, buds.
My question is, if you could live in any other time period besides now, any time in the past or even the future, what time period would you pick?
Pretty good question, very interesting, makes me kind of think. Don't know if I'd go in the past, because the further you go into the past, the weirder it gets. But I guess I want to go into the future. I don't know exactly how far I'd want to go, but I would just say like maybe even like 50 years or 100 years. I mean, I guess I could just wait it out, you know, wait till I'm like 80 or something like that and figure it out. Alright, so yeah, so instead of like a time that I will eventually see, I'm gonna say I would go to 200 years from now. I mean, think about 200 years. 200 years ago, it was 1816, and that's just all kinds of crazy stuff. Think how much has changed. So I would say 200 years from now, what does the earth, what does humanity, what does everything look like? What kind of technology do we have? That would be really, really exciting to see. But I think I'm gonna go walk Buddy because he's getting pretty antsy.